All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. As Bitcoin continues to tease. Wait a second, let me take these dang glasses off here and put on a little bit more of a serious attire. Bitcoin continues to tease us as we're rejecting a little bit from the Fibonacci golden pocket. Very important resistance, and yet we haven't really seen any follow through. It's very strange. You know what it's like? It's like that time you asked out that girl in high school. You said, "Hey, would you be my girlfriend? Maybe we could go steady." She said no. Nope, Jason, nope. Nope, not you, man. But she kind of like stuck around a little bit, right? She kind of strung you along thinking, maybe there was a chance. We're going to see, because tomorrow is a very, very important day. As most of us know, it's the FOMC, Federal Funds Rate Statement and Press Conference, where Jerome Powell himself is going to be popping out of the closet, telling us exactly what the financial future of America holds. What's the effect of the tariffs? What are we going to do with interest rates? And as you can see right now, most of people are predicting already baked into the cake that they're going to keep interest rates the same. All right, the previous interest rate was 4.5%. They're forecasting another 4.5%. Of course, you can see here, this is down a little bit from the 5.5% that we had back in last summer. All right, so we're down about 1%. Now, as we know, an interest rate cut is bullish for crypto, an interest rate increase is bearish for crypto, and an interest rate staying the same is neutral. But the one thing we do know is it causes volatility. So make sure to pop on over to the stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. New York time. Make sure to turn on notifications. Make sure to like the stream. Make sure to pop into the chat, because we absolutely are going to be live streaming not only the decision and the volatility, but we're going to be live streaming Jerome Powell himself speaking and listening to determine what is most probable here to happen with crypto. All right? And we got to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shout out to Gimme, talking to Shushant. Shout out to Coin by Code. Shout out to Marine Man 62. Should you switch your XRP to Bitcoin? I hate questions like this. So much. Why'd you buy the XRP if you want to switch it to Bitcoin, man? Look, you gotta commit. You're buying a dang coin. You got to commit. All right? Ain't no time to flop and grope out of spot positions, man. All right. Shout out to Space Shuttle Blue. Not financial advice, by the way. I'm waiting for confirmation before jumping on in. Shout out to Lazy Guy 08. Wait for 88. He likes 8s. Lazy Guy loves 8s. Just wait for 88. Says Lazy Guy 08. Autistic Person says Powell Bear best friend. Shout out to Pro Bitcoin. Good morning, Jason. Shout out to Shushant. Do I believe in Omega candles? I'm not sure I'm familiar with an Omega candle. Shout out to Prod Adam Reaper. I only watched this Fi for the laughs. Could care. I think he means I only watched this guy for the laughs. I could care less. Well, hey man, as long as I got your dang attention, that's the whole purpose of YouTube. All right? We're out here competing for your dopamine. All us YouTubers are out here competing for your dopamine. All right? There's tens of thousands of crypto YouTubers looking at the same chart, saying the same thing. All right? And you have to make a decision, and your decision affects the future of the channel. So thank you so much for making the right decision of watching the Jason Casper YouTube channel. And speaking of other YouTubers fighting for your dopamine, shout out to Alex O, who's going to be competing against other YouTubers for your dopamine in about an hour. Make sure to go subscribe to Alex O. What's going on, bro? God bless, man. Shout out to Jay Fry. Until data or we lose power from Canada, rates stay where they are. All right, yeah, I'm thinking the rates stay where they are as well. Shout out to Doug. He says, I wish everyone a massive wealth in 2025, no matter what you're invested in. Let's go, baby. Money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag. And here's the thing. Guys. All right, 2025 is almost half over. All right, it's closer to being half over Nah, it's crazy. What a crazy year thus far. Seriously, it's been one of the craziest years of my life, and a lot of people too. What will happen if no change of rate? I'll tell you exactly what will happen if no change of rate. We're going to get volatility, all right? We're going to get volatility. We're going to get big wicks and wax. We're forming this channel here. All right, this is prime for a big move. And as the title of the video says, the next big Bitcoin move soon. All right, Q&A and analysis. Wow, what a great title. $200,000 live Bitcoin trades. That's right, guys. We're in some juicy trades here. We've got a $100,000 position long on Bitcoin. We've got another about 50K long on Bitcoin here. This is a limit order from yesterday that I thought was going to get filled, but didn't. Let's see here. We got ourselves a short position right here. About $120,000. Right from the Fibonacci golden pocket, right? Right from the level we gave in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. On Thursday, guys, we were watching this level as we're walking through exactly what we're waiting for to pull the trigger on a short. All right, we got exactly what we want to see. Got to give a big shout out to the Casper Crew, where we give our juicy trade setups in advance like this at jasoncaspertrading.com, where we walk you through what's happening, what we're thinking, multiple instructors, beginner's course in there. jasoncaspertrading.com. Also, guys, check out Antarctic Exchange. Antarctic Exchange, if you use my link, you get special VIP privileges, which means basically zero fees. It's a new exchange. It's going to change the name of the game. Got to give a major shout out to BLOFIN, which is giving 10% cash back, up to $1,000 future bonus, a chance to win all these prizes, and multiple $100 giveaways. So here's the thing. If you are signed up to BLOFIN using my link today, during this live stream, we are going to be giving away $100 prizes where you will get $100 right into your account. You don't even have to deposit anything. So make sure right now, even if you don't know how to trade at all, sign up to BLOFIN. You can win $100. All right. Of course, if you don't know how to trade, don't trade with your money. All right. You can still get the $100 in there. All right. So sign up because it's going to be based on your user ID if you sign up using the Jason Casper link in the pinned comment of this video. All right, BLOFIN really putting it out there for us, trying to give us those juicy bonuses, right? Shout out to BLOFIN. Yeah, all right, here we go. We're starting to get a little bit of a move down. Big move to the upside. Shout out to Darshan. You're such a sport. I enjoy the stream. Thank you for existing. Well, thank the Lord, you know. I don't know how to exist on my own. Shout out to Jackboy TNP. All right, now I'm not sure what exactly this says here. It's in a language that I am unfamiliar with. Let me see if I can figure it out. Let me see if I can figure out what language this is. All right. All right, it seems like it's Georgian. He says, Luke did not come like me, and your investment did not become a donation. All right, shout out to my man. I don't know if this is true or not, because I don't speak Georgian. Is this really Georgian? I don't know. This is what the Google Translate says. So shout out to you, man, for the Google Translate. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see who else we got in here. It's Bengali. Okay, Google Translate, man. Google Translate. Do we have a dump song just in case? I don't know. Oh, it's for someone else in the chat. Okay. Well, awesome. Shout out to Google Translate for mistranslating. And shout out to Caddy. Probably choppy all day today. Absolutely. I do expect today's going to be Chop City. So make sure to smash the likes, guys. We got about 800 people in the house. We got 100 more people in here. We can get our giveaway. 1,000 likes in the first half hour. We'll do our giveaway. Yeah, so shout out to Mr. Era. Am I high, bro? Am I high? Look, I'm always high on life, guys. I'm high on life. All right, life keeps me high. And you know what else I'm high on? I'm always high on caffeine. In the morning, at least. Yeah. Because caffeine technically is a psychoactive drug. And so technically speaking, yes, I'm high on drugs. All right? High on drugs every morning, like most Americans. All right? That's how we do our life. Do I have any good hip mobility workout routines? I do, man, but I can't give them to you here on this live stream. But I do. Shout out to Chris the Tramp. Top was in December. It's getting tough to hang in with alts right now, hoping we get back to break even. Look, Chris the Tramp, I think we do have some time. I think we do have some time to actually make some moves here, okay? Let's pop into TradingView, all right? And let's take a look at what we got going on. Because remember, I'd say this. When you have like FOMC like we have this week, I recommend just kind of playing it safe, all right? I recommend looking for scalps and not necessarily looking for the big move today. Could be wrong. That's just what I recommend, not financial advice. Here's the deal. When we made this low, right down here, at around $74,000, market Cipher B on the daily time frame was looking quite bullish. All right, we had a bullish divergence, money flow getting higher, momentum waves getting higher. We even zoom out more to the 4-day. Look at this bullish divergence as the price is getting lower, like this. All right, we've got uneven butt cheeks. Uneven butt cheek pattern. Big, juicy on the left, skinny on the right. Lots of ravioli and the ricotta cheeses are flowing out of the butter chicken. I love it. I make it a pizza pie. I take it the crust and I spread it out like that. I put the tomato sauce. Then I put the onion powder and the garlic and the mushrooms and the peppers and the cheese. Skinny right cheek over here. No cheese. Fat free, baby. That is called a bullish divergence. All right. Now, as we're printing the bull div, not only, it's not an arbitrary area, right? It's not an arbitrary area. We're getting a bounce from the macro trend line of the entire bull market. All right, so when in doubt, zoom out. I'm zoomed out here. We've got ourselves a trend line, all right? Coming down to the trend line, got some nice bull divs, weekly time frame bull div, 4-day, 3-day, 2-day, 1-day, 12-hour, 8-hour, 4-hour. Everything says bullish here, okay? We get our move to the upside. Now, what are we coming to? We're coming to resistance. The Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. You always need to expect some kind of resistance at resistance. I mean, it's just the way it is, right? Let's see here. We'll pull our fib from our high to our low. I mean, look at this, guys. This is the weekly time frame. Even back here, we come to the Fibonacci golden pocket. We get a little bit of resistance, about 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, resistance. All right? It's just the way it works. I mean, would you even look at this? We'll clear everything off. You know, look at this. The macro Fibonacci from the high to the low in the uptrend. Look at this. Resistance. A 20% pullback? Yeah, man. And this is the juiciest. I took this short here. I made $20,000 because we found resistance. All right? So look. I mean, even this, I remember this. This was a juicy one too. Look at this, man. We got resistance. That's crazy. Right down here, rejecting from the Fibonacci. So look, we expect, even if we're going to pump, we expect to find a little bit of resistance. It is what it is, you know? Now, the question is, because here's the real deal. There's two camps. Camp A says the top is in. Jason, the bull market's over. You stupid crypto moon boy YouTuber. You guys always are just out here bullish. Idiots. Imbeciles. All right? That you got your top is in camp. If the top is in, because we have to just prepare for all scenarios, war game all the scenarios, then this actually is going to be our lower high, and then we make a lower low. And once we change market structure like this, I'd say, man, it's over, baby. It's over, baby. But, if the top is not in, then we expect a retracement from here and then another big push to the upside. Now, personally for me, I'm in the camp that the top is not in. Is that a little presumptuous on my end? Yes. Why do I think the top is not in? Well, I have never seen such bearish sentiment at the top of a bull market. Never in my life. And I've been around now for 3 Bitcoin cycles. At the top, you think it's going to keep going up forever. We haven't had that. Not with Bitcoin, all right? This would be kind of, in my opinion, just too easy of a top. Secondly, we have another bullish divergence here on the weekly time frame. All right, we've got another bull div here on the weekly. So, in keeping with this uptrend, bull div on the weekly, bull div on these lower time frames, make me think we have another big push, okay? So, what am I looking at as we head into FOMC? Well, we got to zoom into our lower time frame here first, because I think right now, what typically happens at FOMC is people get wrecked, right? Longs get wrecked, shorts get wrecked, and then the market makes a decision. So we have ourselves this, right? We have the trend line here. We have the trend line right here. We're forming this like trumpet pattern, the bugle pattern, or whatever you want to call it. Expanding, we're making higher highs and higher lows here, but it's like a broadening wedge. Well, this means for me that this is going to be the area that I would be looking to trade. And when we zoom out to a higher time frame like the daily, we see something quite significant. When we look at all the volume that we've traded here since Trump won the election, we see that if we actually break down from this wedge, we will be coming back to test the support resistance flip that we've established here literally since November 2024. About half a year of price action right now. This is the support resistance flip. So you got to think to yourself, a lot of people are bullish here. A lot of people are bullish, expecting a big move to the upside. What would wreck the most people? That's how I always like to think about the market. When I'm thinking about my next trade, I think, what would wreck the most people? Well, honestly, this would wreck the most people. Why? Because a lot of people are bullish here, and when you have a trend line like this, and you have these lows here, we have a low and a higher low and a higher low and a higher low. What this means is you're building up stop losses, liquidity, right? People who can get wrecked. The more you create a trend line like this, you're building more and more people who can get wrecked. And if you're a market maker and you want to buy a lot of Bitcoin, well, you need a lot of people selling Bitcoin. And you guys know when your long trade gets stopped out, you know, you're outside relaxing in the garden, trying to calm down after a whole night of being up on the charts. All of a sudden you get a notification. What does it say? Your trade stopped out. You're like, crap! Your wife's like, what? I got stopped out again! But it says sell order filled. Because when your long trade gets stopped out, it's a sell order. So when people are selling, being stopped out, now bigger players can step in and buy Bitcoin price. Why? Because every time the price comes down here, we get to move back into the fair value zone. So if we come back down here again, the market is going to retest whether or not Bitcoin will be considered undervalued at this level. So this is something we do need to be prepared for if we get a dump initiated by the FOMC news and or press conference, right? Something else we need to be aware of is if we pull a Fibonacci from the low to the high, and we go ahead and put on our 382, our 382 fib comes in right at that area. Why is this so important and significant? Because in a very powerful uptrend, your 382 is going to be where you bounce from. And even in the event of a bull flag forming here, the 382 is typically where a bull flag will bottom out. So if we're going to form a more of a bull flag here, right, and do something like this, right, and then eventually break out, that 382 really is going to be that level that we want to keep our eyes on for a strong, powerful bounce. Okay? So we're expecting the resistance. We understand we have a lot of stop losses that could be triggered here. We understand we have something happening which is going to give us a big injection of volatility, right? Big move in the market. And then we've got some key levels to the downside, okay? Now, of course, if we lose our green box, then we do need to be prepared for eventually coming back to this lower fair value zone, because we got to think of support and resistance as like levels of a house, right? We got our basement down here. Then we have our first floor right here. And then we have our attic right here, all right? Now notice the house, the attic has no roof. Why? because if we come above this area, then it's $5 million Bitcoin. All right, once we're in the attic, then we can finally sit down for Thanksgiving dinner with our families and have that mythical Thanksgiving conversation that we've all been hoping to have with our families since we first got into Bitcoin in 2016, which is, family, I've been trying to tell you about Bitcoin for a long time. You haven't listened to me, but I'm a multi-billionaire now, and I was right, and you were wrong. And I'm rich, baby! Man, I'm so smart. Tell your father-in-law who thinks you're dumb. I told you I knew what I was doing, man. You know, he's still not cool that you married his daughter. He thinks you don't know how to do anything except walk on a treadmill and draw a picture. You'll show him. All right? So, yeah. But for right now, we're dealing with the first 2 floors of the house here. And if we lose the top floor, then we come to the bottom floor where $84,000, POC Golden Pocket, that's where we look for support. And then, the bottom of the range here. Now, even if we come down to these areas, we have to think of it in terms of the macro trend right now, which is, in my opinion, very nice looking low, higher high. And so, even coming back down here, what would this look like? It would look like the opposite of the rounded top. It would look like the nice rounded bottom where we basically just come down now again to test support before getting a bit of a bounce. All right. I hope we hold 90K. And the one thing that's for sure is as long as we're holding above the green box I had originally drawn on this chart, as long as we hold above this box, our target is actually 105,000. Our target's 105,000 if we hold above this green box, because once you come back inside the fair value zone, after losing it, probabilities are highest, they actually just fill to the top of the zone, right? This is actually our in my opinion, our highest probability situation right now. But I do expect a pullback, and one of the main reasons why I'm expecting the pullback now is because of our daily market cipher B. All right, remember how we were looking at the uneven butt cheeks, talking about how bullish it was at the bottom? Well, this lady, believe it or not, she's a party girl. You can tell. You can tell she's a party girl. Sometimes she gets a little too crazy, had a few too many, and she'll start hanging upside down from the rafters. And everyone looks, whoa, what is going on there? Right? All of a sudden, the party stops. Everything's bullish until the uneven butt cheek lady's hanging upside down. Then everyone stops, says, whoa, what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen to this woman if she hangs upside down from the rafters for too long? A drop. Right, right, she'll drop. Now, when we look at market cipher B here, got ourselves the left, we got ourselves the right uneven butt cheek. That's known as a bearish divergence. When you see one of these at resistance, you expect a drop, okay? We have it on our daily. We have it on our 12-hour. We have it on our 4-hour, okay? You expect a bit of a drop. And so that's what I'm expecting. And things are honestly looking pretty nice right now for a bit more of a drop. Even as we're looking at our 4-hour money flow getting lower, we're starting to print some bottoms on the 4-hour. We could see something like this here, right? Where we're getting our bottoms on our 4-hour, then we come and we make another bottom, something similar to that. So we get that drop to play out, and then we bounce from our key support, right? And by that time, honestly, she's back in her right mind, and she's back normal again. And if she's normal again, and we come down to this area, right? And we're seeing that we're bouncing from the area, and we're seeing that she's back in her right mind. We've got the regular uneven butt cheek pattern here. Then we can say, man, oh boy, we're getting a bounce. Let's jump for joy. Man, oh boy, we're getting a bounce. Let's jump for joy. An old poem that my grandmother taught me back in the day when she taught me how to trade Bitcoin. Of course, that's how they used to trade Bitcoin back in the 30s. It was crazy. Let me tell you, it was crazy trading Bitcoin before computers. It was really difficult. Everything had to be done with a pencil and a paper. All right, every Bitcoin address, every hash transaction had to be calculated with a pencil and a paper on the SHA-256 algorithm. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, so guys, we have 1,100 people in here. We only have 300 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? Can we get the likes up to the watchers? We're going to be doing some $100 giveaways today. only for people who are signed up to BLOFIN using my link. So make sure if you want to win a $100 giveaway today, that you sign up to BLOFIN using my link in the pinned comment and in the description, and that you know your user ID, which is going to be found if you're logged into BLOFIN underneath your profile picture in the upper right hand corner. It'll say UID, and you'll be able to copy that. All right, that's what you need in order to win a $100 giveaway. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Of course, if we see a big pump to the upside as well, there are some levels that we need to be aware of. And honestly, I've given setups in the Casper Crew VIP Discord exactly what I'm looking for. All right, over in the Casper Crew, and I always try and keep people updated in here, like we did on Thursday, as we were coming up to this area where we got our rejection from. And so far, it's not been the most intense rejection, but you know, we give the levels in advance, we give the trades in advance like this with the confirmations we're looking for. And if we get the confirmations, the trades play out. We try and keep people updated, letting people know as we're pumping on Thursday, I'm still not short, even though we're at resistance. Letting people know I'm watching the 24-minute market Cipher B. I expect consolidation, and then the next push will be the big push. All right, this is when we were still right here around 97K. And then later on the next day, after consolidation, we actually get that next push with the divergence, and that's where we start to get the rejection from the area. From the area, you can join the Casper Crew at jasoncaspertrading.com. I will market my trading group in a different accent to try and reach a different demographic. Now, I don't know exactly what accent this is. A mixture maybe of German and maybe some other language. I don't know. Okay, but maybe it will help. You never know, you have to try. Maybe this will work and everybody will join, and then the next thing you know, you watch the TV set, you look to McDonald's commercial, you look to Viagra commercial, and the person is talking like this. They're like, do you want some Viagra? Well, call the number on the screen, talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor. You go to McDonald's. You want some McDonald's? You want a Big Mac? Come right now. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want the French fries. Maybe it'll work. Maybe I'll start a trend. Now the trend is your friend until the end. And right now the trend is bullish, baby. Right now the trend is bullish. All right. It's Austrian. Austrian and German. Cool. This is some generic YouTube music. All right. Yeah. All right, guys, make sure to, this is some smooth jazz, but make sure to sign up to BLOFIN. We're going to be doing some $100 giveaways here, as Bitcoin is getting a little bit of a move to the downside. I also do want to check out how the order flow is looking here. We could change the music, too. Put on some 80s synthwave. There we go. You guys grooving out to that? You guys grooving out to that? Alright, let's see what's happening here right now. Alright, so interestingly enough, guys, we do have some bearish CBD building up here. We have some bearish CBD locally. Under VWAP, we have bearish CBD, which basically means big players looks like they're trying to push the price lower here. Looks like the big players are trying to push the price a little bit lower here. All right. We broke through the bullish trend line. You mean we broke down? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Shout out to OG Blockchain. Shout out to Epong TV. Is that my new Jason Casper TV? Yeah. Shout out to Andy Bitcoin Census. What's going on, bro? Everyone go make sure to subscribe to Andy from Bitcoin Census. All right, one of the best TA channels on YouTube, man. Seriously. When am I going to freestyle again? I just haven't felt the freestyle, guys. I haven't felt the freestyle. I don't know, my life's been so crazy, I don't even know if I remember how to freestyle anymore. I don't even know if I remember how to freestyle anymore. I just don't remember. I could give it a shot. What the heck, man? Let's give it a shot, and then we'll do some $100 giveaways. Let's see if I remember how to do this. I'm serious when I say I don't know if I remember how to do this. Let's see. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah. Yo. Yeah. Hey, yo, Jay Casper about to do a freestyle. Straight off the dome. Haven't done it in a while, but you know that I got mad style. Got the blue and purple candles hanging out with my friend Kyle. Yeah. Up to the GP. Bitcoin price, baby, listen to me. Cause I am the market maker and I got the speed. Jason traded Bitcoin with the extra cheese. Candles turning purple, then they turning blue. Bitcoin about to show you what she gonna do. Sit back, educate yourself and go to school. Jason Casper, the best trader, and he ain't no fool. Yeah, trades never in the red, only green. They call me the trading machine because we come to the POC. Then we get the drop down, if you know what I mean. Then we sock it to the next golden pocket. Can you spot it before we drop it to top it? So spot it. Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik to the value area low. Can you drop it? Then you spot it to the green box. Nice and fine. Looking like a slice of key lime pie. Girl, don't you know I wanna make your mine? We could go to Olive Garden, have some pasta and some wine. Yeah, speaking of the pasta. Yeah, man, Jason Casper is a Rasta. Yeah, cause I'm from Jamaica, my man. Looking at the price, trading with my hand. Oh no, the coconut hit my head. Book. Hopefully my trade don't end up dead. Book. Oh no, the other coconut fall. Jason Casper, you hit into the wall on the treadmill, going uphill with my friend Bill. Hopefully the coffee in my cup don't spill, cause you know I got the caffeine in my veins. Taking trades like I'm insane in the membrane. Gotta give a major shout out to Crypto Face. Face reveal all over the place, cause we got the 24-ounce mug. Makes me so happy, I'll give you a hug with the coffee coming out black. That's how I like it, I never go back. Cause once you go black, you never go back. Forget the cream and sugar, man, that stuff is whack. Gotta keep yourself up in ketosis. Taking trades like I'm under hypnosis. Coming to the support resistance flip. Next thing you know, the price will start to flip. The spit, the trick, the way we look to witch. Sandwiches with cheese, cause you know we dig the dish. Cause we're doing work every day. Coming to the treadmill just to get paid. Hey, hey. My name is Mr. J. Do it the same way every single day. I give it to you straight, I never give it gay. Don't you know we're mad serious and we never play. Yeah, the same purple shirt. Wear it every day, it ain't got no dirt. Never take it to the laundromat for a wash. Looking like I wanna eat some nice squash. From the garden talking about the butternut. Jason Casper, don't you know he's in the hut? Cause we're taking trades like we are a nut. Hopefully we don't stop, then we start to squat sputter. Like the engine goes butter, you got the lubricant. Hopefully we don't mutter under our breath what she's gonna do next. Going to the gym, I only train arms and chest. Don't you know I be curling in the squat rack. Jason Casper better give it back, cause we got the power lifters waiting for the squats. Man, get out of here, I got a top with another set of the biceps. Bitcoin price just to intercept. We got the bears and the bulls and they're in a war, but we're taking trades profits, don't you know we want some more. Locking it in every single day, getting it in just to get paid. Got the candles blue and then they're turning purple. Jason Casper's such a nerd, don't you know he's like Steve Urkel? Yeah, from the show on TV. Better sit back and just listen to me. Hopefully I don't poo, only pee. Got on the treadmill, better listen to me. We go every day. Coming to the charts and we don't play. To the treadmill just to get paid. Hopefully we don't end up in chains from the bondage. With the price going down, getting liquidated, smile turns into a frown. Next thing you know, we gotta turn around, making a fool of myself. Jason Casper is a clown, but hey, between you and me, FOMC coming back tomorrow, hee. Jerome Powell coming out the closet. Rate hike, is he gonna drop it? All right. I think I said, all right, that was decent. It was decent. All right. If CryptoFace is making millions, why is he selling mugs? For the same reason I sell mugs, bro. It's like building a brand, man. It's building a brand. I don't think CryptoFace makes any money from his mugs. Just like I don't make any money from mine. I think I made like 25 bucks off merch in the last year. You know? You know? Alright. Alright, we got some super chats in the house. Gotta give a major shout out to Navdeep. When do I think ETH will hit 38.95? Rough guess. Well, honestly, I'm hoping. Maybe by the end of May. And if not, then maybe in the fall. And if not, then maybe in 4 years. Those are my three wins. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. I feel like I did forget how to freestyle, honestly. God bless you, J-Boy Bullish, man. Thank you so much for being here. All right. We're going to do some $100 giveaways. If you want to win a $100 giveaway, sign up to BLOFIN. All right. Sign up to BLOFIN. Shout out to Andy from Bitcoin Census. And get your user ID. All right. Get your user ID. Your UID number. It's underneath your profile picture. And your BLOFIN interface. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into the chat. And I'm going to count down from 10. I want you guys to post your BLOFIN user ID number in there. And the first 5 people who post it will get $100 into their trading account. All right? But it has to be with my link. If it's not with my link, it's not going to work. All right? How to make your body immune to sickness and cold if you do cardio. I don't know, man. I don't think anyone can be immune. Right? But you got to pray. The Lord is sovereign. Right? He heals the sick. And he can keep you from getting sick. Shout out to Andy from Bitcoin Census. Shout out to I Show You. Alright. Let's do the giveaway, guys. Let's do this giveaway. We're going to give away $500 right now. $500 winners. Just to reiterate again, guys, you got to sign up to BLOFIN using my link. Get your UID ready. Your user ID number. It's a number, not an email. You can find it by logging into your account. It's under your profile picture in the interface. All right. So right under here. See this picture of me up here? Whatever your picture is up here. Right there. That's if you hover over that, it'll show you your user ID. All right. It'll show you your user ID. Okay. So let's pop over into the chat here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to count down from 10. And when I do, the first 5 people who post their user ID will win $100. It'll be sent right into your account. All right. So here we go. From the time I count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so basically Jazz Lover is our first one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Mustafa Music 5. All right, awesome, guys. Those are our winners. Congratulations. I'm going to send those over right now to BLOFIN. And you guys will get $100 each into your account later on today. All right. Let's check on the Bitcoin price. It looks like she's starting to break down a little bit from this trend line here, guys. Shout out to our winners. Shout out to Andy from Bitcoin Census, bro. You're a little bit late there, man, but maybe next time, bro. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. All right, shout out to our winners. We got ourselves Jazz Lover, Woodback, Chart Skills, Ameli, and Mustafa Music. Jazz Lover, Woodback, Chart Skills, Ameli, and Mustafa Music. Shout out to you guys, our winners. Shout out to Black and Blue in the chat. Shout out to Slick Shoes. I don't even see these people in the chat. LOL. You're right. You found me out, guys. I'm faking it. Oh my goodness. Look, guys. Here's the deal. I have to go over this every giveaway. First of all, I've literally given away tens of thousands of dollars on stream. I've given away tens of thousands of dollars on these live streams. And I don't have to do that. All right. Second of all, when we do the giveaways, let's just talk about what you guys need to do. Or what you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything. But there's two options up here. There's top chat and there's live chat. When you go into a live stream, you always are going to see top chat. Top chat only shows you a few messages. All right? It only shows you a few messages. But live chat shows you every message. So I put it on live chat so it's a fair shot for everybody. A fair shot for everybody. If I put it on top chat, it would not be a fair shot for everybody. All right? That's why I do it that way. But look, it doesn't matter what you have it on. If you have it on top chat, if you have it on live chat, doesn't matter what you have it on. As long as I have it on live chat, it's a fair shot. All right? It's a fair shot. Everyone's got a fair shot. All right, shout out to Captain Happy. Shout out to Black and Blue. He's just trolling me. Thank you, Black and Blue. I appreciate your troll, man. I really do. All right, so shout out to our winners. We're going to get $100 right into your BLOFIN account. All right, right into the BLOFIN account. The BLOFIN. Shout out to Andy from Bitcoin Census. All right, so the rest of the day, I expect it to be a little choppity chop here. A little choppity chop. Isn't there news today? There's gonna be news. Well, I don't know. The news we're waiting for is tomorrow. All right. The news will be tomorrow. Black and Blue, you want a yellow Speedo? Yeah, man, I'll send you a yellow Speedo, bro. Post your address in the chat. A lot of liquidity support at the 92.8 area. Yeah, for sure, man. Absolutely. I'd actually say it's a little bit lower than that, maybe 92.6 on BLOFIN. But yeah, 92.8. I'd be looking to take out the lows from this area for a local bounce. Right? Somewhere around here. Or... yeah, this area would be the first place I'd be looking for the bounce, and then I'd be looking for a retest of these highs, right? Then I'd be looking for a retest of those highs. BLOFIN's not supported in your country. I don't know. I don't know what to do then. I really don't. I'm sorry. I wonder which will gain better against Bitcoin from here, ETH, Sol, or Ripple? That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know. I think they all have a pretty fair shot. Yeah, definitely a Pikachu. Speedo, LOL. Which CME gap will fill first? That's also true. We do have two CME gaps. Look at this, guys. We've got two CME gaps over on the chart. Man, the 4 hour looking like the lower CME gap will hit first. But yeah, so from 2 weeks ago, we have our CME gap that will be filled right around the liquidity of 92.3. Like, that's a nice area. I'm kind of leaning towards this CME gap being filled first. We also have a CME gap here at 96.4 to 97.5. These are two local areas of support and resistance to kind of be aware of, because a lot of times those gaps fill. A lot of times we see those gaps fill. VPN to use BLOFIN. Shout out to Mr. Dugam. Shalom achi, ma shalomcha. Jay should wear jock straps before lies. Sell the sweaty jock straps for charity at the Bitcoin conference. Well, unfortunately, I don't go to Bitcoin conferences, so I don't know if I'll be able to sell them. But we have 1,000 people in the house. We have 500 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? Shout out to Crypto Incognito. He just started live streaming. That's what's up, bro. I gotta check you out, man. I gotta check you out. What other indicator can you use for divergence when Bitcoin gets to your levels? You can use anything you want, okay? You can use any indicator you want. In my opinion, the indicator is the least important thing, all right? What's more important than the indicator is the analysis and the risk management. But I just think Market Cipher by far gives the most accurate signals, all right? Do I use the wick or the candle close for a gap fill target? I use the candle close. I use the candle close. That's what I use. You're long now, Random Stuffs TV. 1000x. That's crazy. Is that it? Does any exchange actually offer 1000x? Can we look at ETH? Yeah, we'll take a quick look at ETH. All right, let's take a quick look at Ethereum here. Shout out to Trader Geo in the house, man. What's going on, bro? One of these days, we got to do our pump song collaboration. All right, let's take a look at ETH. So here's the deal, man. ETH, like, this is a majorly zoomed out view here. And this trade setup I have here on ETH, all right? This exact setup I have here on ETH is just to demonstrate the fact, all right? This is not necessarily a signal, but this is just to demonstrate the fact that buying Bitcoin on spot here, in my opinion, with a $5,500 top target that I have, it's 4 times more upside than downside, even if we hit $800. Even if we take the low from 2022 and make a lower low, lower than the last bear market, it's still more upside. That's crazy. Even if Bitcoin hits $300, it's still 2.5 times more upside than downside. Now we can clearly see that we've got ourselves a sideways range here, right? We can clearly see the sideways range. So in my opinion, ETH is looking nice. We have an opportunity to buy it at bull market targets. Now, what is our major resistance right now? It's obviously the high that we made back here in February 2021. That has been our resistance. Flip to support is resistance, and then support twice, and then resistance through the bear market, and then support multiple times through the bull market. A reclaim of 2,000, in my opinion, very, very bullish for ETH. And I would expect something like that. All right. Now, Bitcoin's going to be leading the way here. So, if Bitcoin starts to dump, we can also expect Ethereum to take a dump as well. Now, I just want to point out how Market Cipher is looking right now on ETH. Could we make a higher low here? Yes. But I just want to say that right now, shout out to Alex Dixon for the super chat. Thank you so much. Right now, we don't have any bullish divergences at the low. Doesn't mean we're not going to get a bounce, but we don't have any bullish divergences at the low. If we take that low one more time, it's going to look extremely bullish on the daily. It's going to look extremely bullish on our 3-day, on our 4-day, even on our weekly. We could have a bullish divergence if we take the low again. I think Bitcoin's going to be leading the way, but just in general, I'd say being below $2,000, that's cheap ETH, man. That is cheap ETH. All right. This was considered undervalued in the last bull run. This is considered fair price in the bear market. And it's considered undervalued in our current market situation. And just looking at this, all right, we can see that if we come above the $2,000 level and get a retest, that it's just most likely we're going to come up to hit the highs again at our $4,000 level, right? This is a really nice ETH chart. I think of all the altcoins, this one looks like it has the most opportunity. If you're in the camp that says ETH is dead, then disregard, but I don't think ETH is dead, and it seems preposterous to me that this is the high of the bull run. It just seems preposteroso. Preposteroso. You know? Absolutely preposterous. Shout out to Mark Dutch in the chat. Shout out to everyone who goes to every YouTube chat for every YouTube streamer showing the support. God bless you guys. And God bless everybody who's here. May the Lord bless you all in Jesus' name. I do pray everybody watching is blessed in many ways. Guys, a big reminder that tomorrow, FOMC live stream at 1 p.m. New York time. Make sure to go to my channel, turn on notifications for it. It's going to be a banger. All right, it's going to be the best stream we've done maybe since January. All right. I'm going to head out, guys. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.